This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I should be broadcasting. It looks like I'm broadcasting. There's some small issues going on with the software. Let me turn my camera on. There we go. All right. Running a little bit behind today due to some technical difficulty. My apologies to everybody. Trying to get everything up and running, which will take a second. I'll have it all up and going in a second. There we go. I apologize about this. Like I said, there's just a couple issues we're having, and I think they're all fixed. Just running behind, trying to, get everything up and running, which should be. I got the broadcast up and running. I'm getting the live feed up and going, and that should do it. I'm uploading the new link for the web page for the broadcast. And the broadcast should be, or stream should be up and running now. Hopefully somebody, if it's not up and running, can tell me. So I'd appreciate that. Oh, the fun. The fun. All right. Cal, I just put in the new link for the live stream. Should be able to click on it, and you might have to refresh. Let's finish this one over here. All right, I'll deal with that. All right, as I said, welcome to the Reaver Common Sense. Sorry about the issues. It seems that they're all worked out. I just got a message from Dan. Let's see. All right, so where are we? Number one, I want to wish Chris Pronto very happy birthday. Last I heard, he was stuck in an airport and he's sick. That sucks. That really sucks. So happy birthday to him. Let's see. I'm getting asked, how was Super Tuesday? Ted Cruz won 3 states. Congratulations to him. Well earned. Even though I'm not a supporter of his, he's busting his butt out on the trail. I'm not going to take that away from him. He is busting his butt. Trump broke 300 delegates. He's still nice and ahead. And Rubio won 1 state. Now, he ended up winning, I think it was 6 out of the 11. It was a total of 11 states, and he won 6 of them. But this I wanted to get out here. Bernie Sanders has called for an outright gun ban. If it's not used for hunting, banned. And the article goes on to remember when the founding fathers wrote that a person can only be armed in order to go hunting? Me neither. Bernie Sanders seems to think that's what they meant, apparently. I believe this is a quote from Bernie Sanders. Nobody should have a gun who has a criminal background. No shit, Sherlock. Really? They shouldn't. They don't get them legally. And that's the thing that they keep pushing the negative facts. I'm having a total brain fart right now. If they have a criminal background, they cannot get a gun legally, period. No matter what Obama tells you, no matter what bullshit he feeds you, they can't go to another state and get a gun that way. You have to show ID for everything. And as soon as they see you're from the other state, they have to follow the other state's laws. It is not this open book. You can run from state to state, buying guns and getting them. They're buying it through illegal means. And he goes on, people should not have guns who are going to hurt other people who are unstable. And second of all, I believe that we need to make sure that certain types of guns used to kill people exclusively, not for hunting, they should not be sold in the United States of America. We have a huge loophole now with gun shows that should be eliminated. What friggin' loophole? There is none. It is a false narrative that they keep pushing. There is no goddamn loophole. And I can't believe people are still buying that lie. How dumb do you have to be to buy that lie? Well, no, I can't say that because I know there is a lot. There is no loophole. No loophole, no loophole. Coming from a rural state, I think I can communicate with folks coming from urban states where guns mean different things than they do in Vermont, where it's used for hunting. The Constitution does not say for hunting only. We have the right to bear arms. He's pandering. He's trying to correct. He's trying to now get with the gun ban people. At the beginning of it, oh no, we can't ban guns. We can't do this. We can't do that. And now all of a sudden he's changing his tune. Surprise, surprise. A politician flip-flopping because the polls aren't showing that will make him popular. It's about as un-American as it gets. Not only does he want to destroy America in ways Barack Obama could only dream of, but he wants to make sure she's not able to recover. This is the face of Bernie's supporter. Yeah, the man does want to destroy everything that this country stood for. He's pushing socialism, which is everything we are against. This is in direct opposition of everything he stands for, is in opposite of what the United States stand for. It's sickening that this type of person is actually running for president, and there's actually people supporting him. He won several states, like 4 states. That's scary. But then again, look who he's running against. It's not like he has a opponent that has a clean slate. He's going up against an opponent that should be in jail, not running for president. Democrat Party, I'm laughing at it. I am severely laughing at it because you got a socialist and a criminal that are running for the president on the Democrat Party. You have negative numbers within people coming out to vote. Negative. They're down 20, 30, 40. I think it was up to 50% in some areas. Democrat votes have gone down. Republican votes have gone up. Some areas up to 50% higher than what they were in 2012. You know, you can contribute it to a couple of different ways. You can contribute it, number one, to the Trump factor, or you can contribute it to Obama. The downfall of America, what Obama has done to this country, has finally pushed the Republicans to get off their ass and get out and vote. We have a socialist who wants to ban guns. We have I don't know what the hell to call Hillary. I really don't, because she's trying to be a socialist, She's trying to continue Obama's work, but yet she has direct ties to Wall Street. So I don't know where to place her in anything, because she's like the all-around Wicked Witch of the West. Can someone drop a house on her anytime soon? And no, that's not a death threat before anybody. Oh my God. If you don't understand that one, yeah, I feel sorry for you. Oh shit, that's right. The millennials are backing her, and they wouldn't understand dropping a house on the Wicked Witch of the West. It's in reference to Wizard of Oz. Wait a minute, they might know, because there was the prequel that came out a couple years ago, which I gotta say, it wasn't a bad movie. It really wasn't. It could have been a lot worse, but it kind of gives the backstory on everything, how the wizard got there, how the Wicked Witch of the West came to be. It's And for those listening, I forgot with all the problems I had in the beginning. Everybody knows that got my shows expanded to 2 hours, Monday through Friday. I still have Wednesday nights. Everybody, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. You have Reaver After Dark with the Jersey Boys. That would be me and Crash. And now I've expanded. I'm doing live video streaming. Every time I say that, it feels so dirty to say that. But it's no charge. Go to my webpage, Reaver.1. Yep, that's .1. Click on the live stream button and click play. And you'll get live stream and should get audio through it too. Woke up like 20 minutes before showtime. Oh, hate when I have to do that. All right, it's that time for a break. I know I got in a little bit late, but got to get on with the show. So you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on hppundit.com, rebootingliberty.com, and shrmedia.com. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you missed any of the Reaver of Common Sense or Reaver After Dark show, just go to Reaver.one. While you're there, click the like button. See everything Reaver. Now, back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. Remember, if you want to get in on the live chat, go to shrmedia.com, click on the chat room button, join the conversation. If you want to watch a live stream, go to Reaver.one, click on the live stream. You can watch and listen to the whole show that way. So, David Duke's back in popularity again since he shot his mouth off about Trump. And I'm getting tired of hearing about this. Trump has already denounced David Duke and the Klan twice. For whatever reason, he got caught during the CNN and just wasn't expecting it. Got caught with his guard down. Every candidate has that happen. But how do you make a candidate racist because someone supported him? If I supported Hillary Clinton, does that make her a conservative? No, it doesn't. So even, number one, David Duke never supported Trump. He said people should vote for him, but he is not supporting Trump. And I don't hear this kind of bitching and complaining coming about the Democrats when it comes to David Duke. He's met with Democrats over 50 times. He is a Democrat. Where is the outrage about him being racist? Or Democrat Party being racist, I should say. Where is everybody screaming and hollering? Hillary Clinton talked about David Duke several years ago, about him being a great man. But the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan founder David Duke defended the embattled Representative Steve Scalise on Tuesday, telling media that he has met with Democratic legislators at least 50 times over the course of his political career. Now he wants to know, why is Scalise being singled out? I don't know. He was just going there, obviously, to tell voters about some of his initiatives on some tax matters. A flabbergasted Duke told Fusion.net, "That's what it's all about. And I think it's insane, this whole process." Duke added that he met with many Republicans and Democrat legislators in Louisiana politics, rubbing shoulders with everyone at events ranging from formal conferences to children's birthday parties. If media continued to make hay of Scalise's scandal, Duke warned he would release a list of every politician with whom he has had ties with. This does not make it okay to be racist. I am not saying that. But trying to make certain candidates racist, it's especially when and I'm not trying to stick up for Trump. I'd be saying this if it was Ted Cruz, Rubio, Kasich, any of them. Just because the man said people should vote for him does not make that person racist. You're having these, it's like a 20 degrees of David Duke, not even 6 degrees. Knowing a person does not mean that you agree with those political views. I know a lot of people I don't agree with their political views. I know Democrats that I'm very close with. I do not agree with their political views. Why? Because they're not mine. Knowing somebody or having them say should vote for does not make you racist, people. And what's funny is all these people jumping on the bandwagon all of a sudden. You have Hillary Clinton jumping on the bandwagon. She needs to watch it. Democrats think they are immune to the racist comment because they're always the one pointing the finger. Well, I think a lot of people are catching on to the bullshit, and it's going to start to wear thin. But 12 years ago, one of Duke's top associates reportedly invited then State Representative Scalise to speak at a European American Unity and Rights Organization, which has since been branded as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. And I'm sorry, every time someone speaks out, the Southern Poverty Law Center, just because it doesn't match their politics or ideology, they label them as hate groups. They're using it so much, and they're using racism so much anymore, it's weakening the words. And if I got to explain to you what weakening the words is, my show isn't long enough and you'll never understand. But just because you do not agree with someone's ideology or political ideology does not make it a hate group. I'm so sick of that. I'm disagreeing with people is a good thing. Having different opinions is a good thing. That's where great ideas come from, is when you have opposing ideas. Opposing ideas come together and make a great idea. Sort of like the opposite attracts type deal. So whenever the Southern Poverty Law Center comes out and speaks, I don't even listen anymore because everybody is racist that doesn't agree. Everybody's a hate group that doesn't agree. But whether or not Scalise did, in fact, give a speech about middle-class tax cuts for a white national organization is unclear. Scalise issued a statement apologizing for giving a speech to Euro, calling it a mistake I regret. But Duke's association, Kenny Knight, told Bloomberg News that Scalise gave a speech to a civics group hours before the Euro conference took place, calling it a crossover in the hospitality room. Kenny Knight, the former campaign manager for one-time KKK leader David Duke, said in an interview that he invited Scalise to speak at a civics group in the same hotel room used by Duke's European American Unity and Rights Organization, but that it took place hours before the start of the white nationalist meeting. Knight said he secured the hotel facility for Duke's group, then invited the Civics Association, which he said he led, to meet about a string of neighborhood break-ins and other local issues while enjoying some of the coffee and cookies set out for Duke's group. Sorry, I find it funny. The big bad KKK members are having coffee and cookies. These big evil monsters, which they are, sitting there with coffee and cookies. And if you can't see the humor in that, yeah, no more zeros. I've been having a problem with the keyboard for the computer that I have set up for the chat room, and the O button's been broke. So I'd have to type 0 in place of it. Well, I finally went and tore the keyboard apart. And there was a lot of crap that fell out of it. I don't know how all of that got into the keyboard, but a lot of crap fell out of it. And now all the keys are working so far. So, and that's why you usually see me looking up in this corner, up there. And it's because that's where the laptop is for the chat room. I have the laptop sitting up there, and then I hooked in a keyboard and mouse, so it's down here. I got tired of standing up every time I needed to type. Yeah, I'm lazy, I know. I'm still got this image of people in white hoods and robes with coffee and cookies with their pinkies out. Adding to the confusion, a Scalise aide told the Washington Post that the congressman appeared at the Euro convention. Scalise himself gave an exclusive interview to the Times, saying he did not remember speaking at the event and is expressing his disgust for Euro. He could have also been talking to the group and never knew what they were about and said, hey, you want to give that same speech over here and, we'll pay your fees, yada, yada, and just give the speech about it. Okay. Sometimes they just listen to money and don't investigate into the groups. And when you hear a group, it's called Euro, you think it has something to do with your, and well, I can see where that's misleading. But it's, I'm not trying to justify. I don't know why the guy went there, but if you got told to come talk to a group called Euro, you might be a little misled there. I can understand that. He goes on that I didn't know who all of these groups were, and I detest any kind of hate group. For anyone to suggest that I was involved with a group like that is insulting and ludicrous, he said. While House Speaker John Boehner supports Scalise, other prominent Republicans have slammed him, most notably former Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin, who called defense of this last decade of racist action is disgusting and wrong. In a Facebook post, Palin also blasted Barack Obama's immoral association with Reverend Jeremiah Wright for Goddamn America infamy and domestic terrorist Bill Ayers, whatever the hell that idiot is. Do political leaders think Americans are so stupid they don't recognize the despicable double standard here and that we are so weakly complacent that we'll put up with this? No. And that's the thing. All these politicians do as I say and not as I do. Well, I've about had it. I have about had it with this crap. They're not better than me. They're not better than you. They are not royalty that they go around doing what they want. I mean, Democrats have been doing this shit for years now. They've had alliance with David Duke for decades now. But they call Republicans racist all the time just because of an accusation. Accusations don't make racist. And that's the problem that Democrats don't understand. And what I use is weakens the term. They've used it so much every time you turn around because it worked for a decade or two. It worked. It would shut the conversation down. But now it's not shutting down the conversation. And I not because I'm a supporter of Trump's, it's because just because someone said they support him or that people should vote for him does not make that person whatever. You know, it doesn't make him racist in this case because of David Duke. And these politicians that are too stupid to realize and pick up a paper, go to Google. Hey, the next article we're going to get into after the break, Paul Ryan says that he plans on supporting the nominee, whoever it is, but Trump must reject any group or cause that is built on bigotry. How much more can that man say that he denounces all these racist groups, that he denounces David Duke, that he denounces the KKK? What more does he have to do? Stand on his head? It's getting a little nuts with it. The man can only do so much to say that he doesn't support those groups. And if people aren't going to listen, they're not going to listen. There's nothing anybody can do about it. And I'd be making this bitch and moan if it was Ted Cruz, if it was Marco Rubio. What's right is right. And making these false accusations is not, I don't want to say fair because life ain't fair. I understand that. But it's not justified. It does not make him a racist. And this crap of people running around and, oh, well, you know, Trump's got those brown shirts and he's Hitler. That just shows you're weak-minded. You're going to repeat liberal crap. Because, yes, it is liberal pandering. Liberal papers are the ones that came up with it. I mean, I don't know what more this man has to do. He got caught in every politician at one time or another. You would think some politicians would have some, you know, they would feel sorry for it and understanding, I guess. They all get caught off guard. They all do. He should have been prepared for that. But at the same time, he's denounced it multiple times. How many more times does he have to denounce it? He got caught off guard by CNN. I'm not going to say CNN was wrong on it. They caught him off guard. That's best I could say. He shouldn't have, but he denounced it. And the people that are running their mouth, especially on social media right now, one of the gentlemen that I respect was going on about it. And it was, wait a minute, I seem to remember, and I even said it, I seem to remember posting on your page and you acknowledging about Trump denouncing the supposed support. And you acknowledged that. Now you're bringing it up again because it's in the news again? Come on. Some of these people are better than that. And it's just shocking that they're not listening to the Reaver of Common Sense show. They know a lot more about what's going on. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on shrmedia.com, hppundit.com, and rebootingliberty.com. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You have been listening to Reaver Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver Common Sense Show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Kafka was doing it wrong.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sako as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you missed any of the Reverb Common Sense or Reaver After Dark show,
I don't want to be me. I don't want to be anymore.
just go to Reaver.one. While you're there, click the like button so you can keep up with everything Reaver. Now, back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Of course, I am your host, Jersey Joe. Remember, if you want to be a part of the conversation, you can go to shrmedia.com, click on the chat room button, join the conversation. Sorry, reading the chat room. And Kel, thank you. Exactly. He is being railroaded with this David Duke business. And it shows how lowbrow, and it's not just the Democrats that are doing it. It is the Republicans that are taking this low road too, which normally they don't go the low road, but they have this fear of Trump. Everybody has a fear of Trump. Oh my God. You would think he's like some kind of Dr. Evil or something. I don't know. It's getting nuts with it. But also, if you want to be, if you want to watch the show, you can go and to Reaver.one, click on the live stream and watch a live broadcast as I do the show. But Paul Ryan says that he plans to support the nominee, but Trump must reject any group or cause that is built on bigotry. Representative Paul Ryan challenged Donald Trump to reject groups like Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacist groups and leaders like David Duke who have signaled support for Trump's campaign. And this goes to show that people are only reading the headlines of newspapers. And really, that's all people do anymore. Oh, there's the headline. Okay, I know about the article. No, you don't. David Duke never supported Trump to begin with. He said in the article, that first article that came out, it says right in it, David Duke stated he does not support Donald Trump. He is not endorsing Donald Trump. And then you have politicians like Paul Ryan shooting his mouth off, which just shows either he's being fed stupid information or he's not paying attention to what he's doing. But Ryan referred to a Trump interview with CNN's Jake Tapper on Sunday where the frontrunner failed to denounce the KKK. Yeah, because he's already done it several times. Everybody's going off this one interview, but they're ignoring all the other interviews that he denounced it. The conversation over the last few days has been about white supremacist groups, Ryan said. Today, I want to be very clear about something. If a person wants to be nominee of the Republican Party, there can be no evasion or no games. They must reject any group or cause that is built on bigotry. And as Ryan, having ran the gamut to get elected, he should understand of the Democrat pin the racists on the Republican game. They play it every election. And they're playing it now. And what's sick is we actually have Republicans playing the game. Yes, we have Republicans playing the same game as Democrats. God, what is this country coming to? I thought I was getting away from this crap. And it seems that the Republicans just want to jump on the bandwagon. Ryan's statement follow in the vein of many party leaders who have criticized Trump in recent days, even though Trump has subsequently disavowed endorsements from people like David Duke. Former Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney also criticized Trump on Twitter for failing to denounce the KKK. Again, this is what's funny because Mitt Romney is throwing blind accusations at Trump, the same accusations that hurt Romney in his bid for president. He's now using those accusations and throwing them at Trump. You would think a man that lost the run for president would have a little bit more sympathy of the bullshit that goes on and the false accusations that goes on. But no, this man wants to pile on the rabbit, so to speak. Please, hopefully some people get understanding of that comment of a pile on the rabbit. Pile on the rabbit, pile on the rabbit. Showing my age. Bugs Bunny cartoon. For those that don't know it, Bugs Bunny, everybody starts like jumping on Bugs Bunny and he's standing on the outside going, pile on the rabbit, pile on the rabbit. And all of a sudden everybody like kind of finally after they all piled on, stop and look like, wait a minute, he's been telling us that, oh shit. But, you know, Mitt Romney should have a little sympathy of what's Trump's going through. But no, he wants to play lowbrow and he sees it as a chance for him to run for what, a third, fourth, fifth time. People didn't elect him last time. I don't think he's going to get elected again. Well, that would have to mean that he was elected as president one time, and he wasn't. I'm tired of the Republican Party pushing these people on us. And that's what they don't understand. That's what this Trump mania is about. Is the fact that we're tired and we've gone the route of the Republican establishment. We've tried their way for many years. We've tried it their way. We've tried it their ways, and it's not working. It has not worked, is not working. So why are we going to keep going down that road? Why? Are you upset because you thought you had control of the people? You're starting to sound like Fox. Fox thought that they had control of us, that whatever they said we would do, they thought we were little robots and we're blindly following. But lo and behold, we're not. We have minds of our own. And just because I'm getting sick and tired, just because we don't have a college education, some of us, does not make us stupid. Because let me tell you, I didn't pay $40,000 a year, and I got just as good an education out on the street. I got just enough good education working the ambulance. So don't tell me I have to go to college to be smart. Yes, I know sometimes I stumble over basic words. Shit happens. I know someone that's a lawyer and a damn good lawyer. Oh, he's retired now. He's a damn good lawyer. And I've seen him stumble over his words. So education doesn't mean nothing on that. And I'm just getting tired of that. Because now you're starting to see the stuck-up nose of the Republican Party. And they're kind of looking down on those who don't have a college education and demeaning us. How dumb do you have to be to insult your own base? How dumb do you have to be? The ones that are doing it, they're a bunch of helmet-wearing, window-licking, fully retarded idiots. And for those that don't listen to my show that often, I am not insulting mentally handicapped. I never would. They are strong people. But these people that win these awards of the window-licking, helmet-wearing, went fully retarded. And if you don't know the fully retarded statement, you're gonna have to watch Ben Stiller movie. Shit, what was that one? Now I'm gonna have to. That's gonna bother me. But in the movie, crap. Oh, I can't believe I can't think of it. At least I remember Ben Stiller. Let's see. Not Zoolander. Tropic Thunder. And Robert Downey Jr. He's talking to Ben Stiller's character. And Ben Stiller they're all actors. They're doing a movie based on a book, which is supposed to be a true story of a Vietnam vet's fight in Vietnam and losing both hands, and ends up that it was never true. But anyway, Ben Stiller's character, he did this movie where he was playing a mentally handicapped person. And Robert Downey Jr.'s character, as an actor, turns around and tells him, you never go full retarded. You never go full retarded. You never go that deep into the character. You'll make it look bad. You have to be halfway retarded with the character. And he's going on about that. Well, later on, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, turns around and goes, he went full retarded. He went full retard. So it's not actually they're not talking about the mentally handicapped, and I'm not either. But those that are falling for this, the Republican Party, that are looking down their nose and insulting their own base, and then they expect us, they really think we're going to come running back to them? No, we're not. Understand this. When you beat a dog long enough, you're going to piss the dog off. And when he turns his back on you, don't try to get that dog to come back, because he's going to bite you in your ass. And yes, I just referred to us as dogs. But they're sitting here, they're constantly anymore looking down like they're so much better. Let me tell you, you're a friggin' politician. You're a joke in everybody's conversation. Politicians are a joke anymore, Republican or Democrat. We're sick of politicians, and they can't get that through their head. They think if they push Rubio and Cruz on us and push them as the anti-establishment. Well, number one, when you spent your whole life, 95% of your life paychecks have come from a government job. You are a career politician. You may be a junior senator, but you are a career politician. Just because on a federal level, this is your first rodeo, they are still career politicians. Both Rubio and Cruz are career politicians. They have spent from day one of getting out of college, law school, they have worked in a government position. Both of them stepped out for a little bit into the private sector. Cruz went, I think it was 2 years he worked for a private law firm. Rubio became an adjunct professor for a year. May have been 2 years also. But they both are attorneys, junior senators. Let me tell you this, Republican Party. You bitched 7 years ago, 8 years ago about an attorney junior senator. You bitched and complained about that. And now we have 2 junior senators that are attorneys that are running for president. This is exactly what we complain about with the Democrat Party. And I've seen what a junior senator can do to a country. And I don't want to go down that road again. I don't want to take that chance again, whether it's Republican, Democrat, Martian, whatever goddamn party you want to come up with. Junior senator. I know. Well, Trump's never been in politics. Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. You're starting to find out the appeal of him. It's more than he doesn't pull any punches. He doesn't speak like an everyday person. I'm not going to say that, but he speaks his mind, and I give him credit for that. He says whatever he's thinking, and he thinks whatever he's saying. But he's also not a politician. Where Cruz and Rubio are career politicians, and when we come back from break, I'm going to show you the flip-flopping that Ted Cruz has done. Mr. I never flip-flop. I stand on my principles. Well, guess what? He got caught flip-flopping. But Ryan goes on, his former running mate echoed the Massachusetts governor's criticism, but did not say that Trump's comments were disqualifying. This party does not prey on people's prejudice. We appeal to the highest ideas. This is the party of Lincoln. We believe all people are created equal in the eyes of God and our government. This is fundamentally, and if somebody wants to be our nominee, they must understand this. When asked if he would support the Republican nominee, even if it was Donald Trump, Ryan indicated that he would and said, I plan to support the nominee. Well, we'll see how that goes if and when Trump wins the nomination. I'm not one of these that runs their mouth. He's going to win. He's going to win. No, there's something could come up tomorrow that I will be on here denouncing Trump. It's politics. Anything can change any hour. One thing hasn't changed. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on hppundit.com, rebootingliberty.com, and shrmedia.com. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You have been listening to Reaver Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver Common Sense Show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Kafka is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you missed any of the Reaver of Common Sense or Reaver After Dark show,
I don't want to be anymore.
just go to Reaver.one. When you're there, click the like button so you can Reaver. Now, back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. During the breaks, I'm paying some bills. Why not get a couple things done at the same time? Kel brought up in the chat room about Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura is now running his mouth, and he's saying that, well, he's trying to stay relevant in a conversation that the nation doesn't want him relevant anymore. His time has passed within a political career. Did he, from what I seen on the outsider, did he do good with Minnesota? Yes, he did as their governor. He did do a good job. But since then, he's gone batshit crazy. I know everybody's on the rage of that batshit crazy. Oh my God, I was listening to one of the shows that goes on before mine, and it's always changing sometimes. And the guy's like, I've never heard that before. I've heard it yesterday for the first. I've been saying that for 30 years. Even as a kid, it was crazy. Man, I don't know. Maybe where I'm from, the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, that's a very common saying, batshit crazy, bat crap crazy. But what Ventura has done. He has gone bat crap crazy. And he's saying that Trump and Bernie Sanders are copying him. And because of that, he is thinking about running for president as an independent. Well, after his suing Chris Kyle, and continuing the lawsuit after Chris Kyle was murdered, and continued to sue his wife, and trying to come up with the excuse, it's just the insurance company going to pay for bullshit. The insurance company's not paying for it. And you're causing a hardship with Chris Kyle's wife. I don't think you would get really much support. And I'm just putting it plain. I'm not trying to make anything funny. And I'm trying to watch what I say because I don't feel like I'm trying to not cuss so much on the show. But you ruined your reputation when most of us, with your 9/11 bat crap crazy comments, you ruin your reputation when. And here's the funny thing: he sued over a comment in Chris Kyle book that he knocked out Jesse Ventura in a bar over Ventura bashing the military as he was in a Navy SEALs bar, talking that he was in the Navy SEALs, which he never was in the Navy SEALs. He was in a division that turned into the Navy SEALs, but there was no Navy SEALs around at that time where that division wasn't. And nobody cared, even those that read the book. It was pretty much just skimmed over. Oh, well, he's the one that made it into something. He's the one that made it national news. Nobody else really gave a crap that Chris Kyle knocked out Jesse Ventura. It was basically a cliff note in the book. And after Chris Kyle was murdered, Jesse Ventura continued to sue Chris's widow. He's made her life a living hell. She's had financial issues because of this. He showed what he's really about, himself. He is a true narcissist. Because especially after Chris was murdered, any decent person would have said, I'm dropping the suit. No, I don't want to go no further. Whatever happened. It's done with. No, he went after a widow. He went after a widow who's already has enough problems going on with the husband being murdered. He survived, 4 or 5 times? He kept going over Iraq. That man survived to come back here to try to help a fellow military person. And he lost his life doing what he loved to do, which was help people. And Jesse Ventura has to be a scumbag. He has to be a piece of shit scumbag and continue the lawsuit. Now he thinks he should run for president. I don't want you running for a dog catcher's position. I want you to stay in Mexico, you piece of crap. I actually used to respect you and what you did with Minnesota as a governor. I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, Jesse Ventura. And I know that goes with a large portion of this population in the United States. We couldn't give a crap about you. And you running your mouth talking about president, people copied you. You're a narcissist who has been irrelevant and is now trying to make himself relevant again. You never will. You ruined your chance. You ruined your reputation when you went after a widow who's already living hell. She lost her husband several times. And by that, I don't mean physically. Mentally, he was gone. And now he's been taken from us physically. And you want to be a piece of shit and sue. Go live in Mexico. Live out your life. Live out your life in exile, you piece of crap. What are you going to do? Sue me? Yeah, go ahead. I don't own shit. It's my opinion. But so I did that does that. I was trying to avoid talking about that because that one just it pisses me off, to put it nice. It pisses me off. But Ted Cruz, who has said he holds steadfast on his principles, no amnesty, no legal pathway, will throw him out of the country. Yeah. Ted Cruz has not ruled out legal status for undocumented immigrants. So let me put it in plain language. He does think about giving amnesty to illegal immigrants. He is still thinking about rewarding criminals. Republican presidential hopeful Ted Cruz's office on Friday indicated the Texas senator remains open to a path to legal status for undocumented workers. Putting him at odds with conservatives who deride such a position as unacceptable amnesty. Cruz opposed the Senate bipartisan immigration bill and its proposed path to citizenship that passed in 2013, but he also indicated to the Texas Tribune that year that he supported giving some undocumented immigrants permission to stay in the country with more limited legal status. He noted that an amendment he had filed to strip the Senate legislation of its citizenship component. So he's trying to play both fields. That's what he's doing. He's playing both fields. And he's playing people. And I can't believe people are actually falling for it. Cruz, no matter which way you look at it, he is talking amnesty for illegal aliens, for people that broke our laws. And I know I harp on it, but people bitch about us wanting to build a wall, but yet they don't bitch to Mexico for building a wall to the south because illegal immigrants were coming into their country, taking jobs from Mexicans. But yet, if we want to do it, we're evil. We're putting up barriers. And then to totally change subject, Mrs. Clinton speech last night, tearing down barriers. Why don't you say what you really mean and what's been going on? You want to tear down borders. You don't want nations. You want the one world government. And that's what you're indoctrinating with these people with, is a sense that there's no borders. You've said borders are bad, bad, bad. Well, borders make up nations. Nations make up a world. If you don't have borders, you have one world. You have one government ruling. I don't think it's going to take decades of indoctrination to get Americans to give in to that. You will see people stand up and fight against a one world nation, one government, whatever you want to call it. And her speech last night was right on with it. And putting up a wall to protect its citizens is not a bad thing. It goes to show that Miss Clinton does not plan on protecting its citizens. Ted Cruz does not plan on protecting his citizens. And when he says that he has not ruled out giving legal status, that is amnesty, and that is rewarding criminals. I don't care if you were born here from two criminal parents, that does not make it right. Fine. You want to say that those kids have citizenship, but unfortunately, the parents are here illegally and they must stay with the parents. So you must go back to Mexico. When you turn 18 and you are a legal adult, you'll be allowed access back to the United States as a citizen. Your parents won't, but those kids should go back with their parents. And it's not penalizing. It's not punishing it. And we're not going to, I don't think we should be rewarding people because they broke the law and they popped the kid out. Oh, they're just doing it for the love. They want a better life. You know what? The guy that goes and robs a bank wants a better life. The person that goes and robs a convenience store wants a better life. The guy who goes out and holds up someone on the street wants a better life. That does not justify them breaking the law. I don't understand this. It's plain, it's simple. They broke a law. They should be punished. They should not be rewarded. None of us Americans are being rewarded for breaking laws. Jesus Christ, we had one person who possibly broke some laws and it cost him his life. Citizens are punished for breaking laws. Foreigners are rewarded for breaking laws. That's what you're saying to me, and that's what you are doing when you talk amnesty. You want to reward foreigners, and I don't care what nation they're from. They can be coming from anywhere. And any nation has a right to protect its borders. Any nation has a right to punish those that break immigration laws. We do not have an immigration problem here in the United States. Our laws aren't broken. They're not being enforced. Our gun laws are not broken. They are not being enforced. There is no loopholes within gun laws. What is These are some basic things, basic understanding that people can't understand. It's basic. Immigration laws, we have some of the most lax immigration laws compared to Mexico, compared to the Middle East, compared to North Korea, China, Russia. Yeah, go in those countries illegally and see what happens to you. Jesus Christ, you go into Germany illegally, look what happens, unless you are from the Middle East and Muslim. I don't understand what this world's coming to. I don't go into any country illegally. And I expect to be treated respectfully when I do go into other countries. I've only done it. Well, I've went to 2 countries outside the United States 3 times. And I made sure I did it properly. I've gone to Cancun once. What's funny is I didn't go there for spring break. And I've gone to Jamaica twice. I want to go back. But every country should have the right to secure its borders. Every country should not be granting amnesty. I mean, there's one thing to grant immunity, to allow someone to come into your country because of persecution, whether it's religious or, because you're a female. There is reasons. But this people leaving because they want to make a better life. But then we sit there and hear Democrats bitch about the country and how bad it is and how other countries hate us so much. Tell me this, if all these countries hate us so much, why are all these people trying to break into our country? Why are they breaking into our country and leaving theirs if they hate us so much? You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on hppundit.com, rebootingliberty.com, and shrmedia.com. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver Common Sense Show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you missed any of the Reaver of Common Sense or Reaver After Dark show,
I don't want to be me. I don't want to be anymore.
just go to Reaver.one. While you're there, click the like button so you can keep up with everything Reaver. Now, back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. If you want to be part of the conversation, go to shrmedia.com, click on the chat room button, join the conversation. If you want to watch the show, you can watch it. I got a live stream at Reaver.one. That's Reaver.one. Click on the live stream button, click play. We were talking about Ted Cruz now doing a little flip-flop and says there is possibilities for pathways for illegals in this country. And it's funny because there was a statement. He stands by his comments and his principles, but and I have no problem that he's willing to expand his ideology. I have no problem with that. And one of the things I don't like about Obama is everything's been his way or no way. And that's not the way our government works. And I think if we get Ted Cruz, and everybody, you just hate Ted Cruz. No, I don't. I don't hate Ted Cruz. I don't know the guy. I was actually supporting him earlier on. It was him, Carson, Rand Paul at the beginning. And I've slowly come around to Trump and stepped away from Rand Paul. I still like Carson, but he's not aggressive enough. And I know people are, he's aggressive. I understand. It's my opinion. I have a right to my opinion. And if you don't like my opinion, sorry, I'm not changing my opinion to suit other people. And when it comes to Trump and him saying that everything's up to negotiation, that is the American government. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how Ronald Reagan got things done. That's how Ronald Reagan worked across the aisle to the Democrats. It was a give and go compromise. It's not my way or the highway like Obama. And that's what I'm hearing out of Cruz and his supporters. And that's not the way our government works. I hate to break it to you. You're supposed to be constitutionalists. You're supposed to be all these experts in the way the government works. Our government does not work when it's one-sided. And that's what we've had for the last 7 years is a one-sided conversation. And they have said it. We want to compromise, but it's going to be our way. That's not a compromise. That is not a compromise. In fact, that is direct opposite of what a compromise is. And that's what I see Ted Cruz doing. And if you don't like my opinion, I don't care. It's my opinion. It's my vote. Just as you have the right to come up with your opinion based on whatever criteria you want to set. And I have no right to tell you you are wrong. I'm not telling you you're wrong on your opinion. I'm telling you mine. And if you wanted to get yours out, start your own show. I have no problem talking stuff through. But this is my opinion, and that's what's pissed me off about the Ted Cruz supporters. They're not respecting other people. And it's always, well, look at the Trump. They constantly deflect every time you point out that there's issues within that organization, whether it's from the supporters to Ted Cruz himself. It's always a deflection like a little kid. Oh, look, Ted Cruz. Trump does it. I wouldn't take it from a child. I'm not going to take it from an adult. Because you know what? You're not acting like an adult at that point. And that's where I have an issue, amongst many issues. I don't see Ted Cruz able to negotiate or work across the aisle. We've seen it in the Senate. He can't even work with his own party. And I understand that he's trying to stand up. There's stand up, and then there's just being a total ass. And it's not me saying he's a total ass. It's the people he works with. Shit. Go to his college roommate of his freshman year and see what he has to say. That man hates Cruz. And what I like, and it's been said for the Republican Party for years, is we need to get our message across to Democrats, to the independents. We need to get them to come over. We need to convert these people over. And we have a candidate that not only is grabbing independent votes and bring them into the fold, he's grabbing, in Massachusetts, 20,000 Democrats have left the party. 20,000 have left the party. 16,300 have become independents now. They've left the party. And yes, I will say partly that is due to Obama. And I'm going to say that a large portion has to do with Trump. Because Obama's been in office and gone through 2 elections and people didn't leave. Now, all of a sudden, we got people leaving. And we have talked about it prior to my show, long before my show was even thought of, that how we have to get the Democrats to come over, how we have to convert the Democrats to a real way of thinking. And we have a candidate that's doing it, and you get pissed and you call him a liberal because look at the Democrats coming over. Ugh. Drives me up a wall. Drives me up a wall. I have to wear glasses anymore. God, I'm getting old. People, be happy we're bringing in more people into the Republican Party. But it's also showing this underbelly that we've had in the party that is not good for the party. Out of that 20,000, 3,500 have become Republicans now. They were Democrats or independents. Now they are Republicans. Like or hate him, Trump has expanded the base of the Republican Party. What the leaders of the party have been bitching about for years. They have someone that's getting the message out and able to do what they've been yammering on about for years. I mean, we'll go to John McCain had a small amount, and they don't even have a number. It's just that 20,000 on what McCain brought over dwarfs what people have done now with Trump. They're looking a gift horse in the mouth. And I still stand by. If John McCain would have never attacked Trump, he would have stayed obscure. He would have been a blip. But when John McCain attacked him and Trump returned fire, that showed people, holy shit, a Republican that will stand up for himself. We're not used to that. Holy shit. Oh, wait, listen to him talk. He's saying what we think. He's saying it how we would say it. Look at that. Someone attacked him again and he returned fire. We've had Republican candidates that just sit there. Oh, you're saying something nasty about me. That's not true. Mitt Romney was getting attacked and he just sat there and did nothing. John McCain in 2008 was getting attacked and he sat there and he did nothing. We have Trump getting attacked and he returns fire. He goes back at him. And then you get to watch it. Oh, look at that. Trump's being mean. No, he's standing up for himself. I know the Republican Party's not used to that, but it's called standing up for yourself. We have a strong candidate. We're pulling in independent votes. We're pulling in Democrats. They're switching parties. And it's not, okay, Democrats are supporting him. It's Democrats are leaving the Democrat Party and becoming a part of the Republican Party. And they bitch and complain. The Republicans do. And it's not all of them voting for Trump. But they're being a little bit more receptive to the message from Trump. Now, this article, it's about in Massachusetts, and Trump won. And let me see what the looking up the results real quick. Massachusetts. All right. Trump got 49.3% of the votes, and Kasich came in second with 18%. That tells you anything about how Massachusetts went. The establishment is afraid of him because he's going to stop the lobby groups. The lobby groups aren't going to have the stranglehold that they've had on past presidents. And they're threatening all these senators that they're going to lose their money if Trump gets in office. And the senators, all of them, top to bottom, even outside the politics, they're losing their mind because they're losing their stranglehold. They're losing their stranglehold on these politicians. And they know if Trump gets in there, they're not going to be able to buy their way into it. And this is something the Republican Party, the people have been complaining about, and we see it going on, and you're complaining about it. You're complaining that we have a candidate that's not being bought and is putting these lobby groups in danger, and you're complaining about it. You complain that we need to get Democrats to change their mind and come to the Republican Party. You have a candidate that's doing it, and you bitch and complain about them. You're tired of these politicians that are bought and paid for. You have a candidate that's paying out of pocket. Yes, I know there's donations given to him, and he is using it. But we're not talking these CPAC groups and all these other damn PACs. He's not taking money from large donor groups. Oh, but look at this. He has loans out with these major banks. No, his company has loans out with those major banks. There is a difference. And it's not going to change because those banks know that you have to keep loaning him money because the only way they're going to make any money back on him. Business is different than what he's doing right now. I hate sounding like a goddamn cheerleader for him because the man's not perfect. I will give him that. The man is not perfect. But the man's saying the right thing, acting the right way, doing the right thing. And everything that we've wanted the Republican Party to do over the years and that we've complained about and all that, he's doing. He's bringing independent. He's bringing Democrat votes. He's pushing out the lobbyists out of government. And all of a sudden, everybody has a problem with that. Does anybody see an issue with that within itself? I don't know. I maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know. It's politics are weird. Everybody complains they want something, and when they get it, they complain about it. Just goes to show that you can't please anybody anymore. And I'm going to go back to my original statement that I've made time and time again. Support who you want to support. You want to support Cruz? Go right ahead. You want to support Kasich, Rubio, Carson? Go ahead. I'm not going to bitch and complain and make any comments because you're supporting who you want to support. That is what makes America great. But give me the same respect because that's not what I'm seeing out there. I'm not getting any respect back about who I want to reach. who I want to support. That is what makes this country great. Or at least that's supposed to be what's great. I don't see it happening. But what I do see happening is you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense show right here on hbpundit.com, rebootingliberty.com, and shrmedia.com. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Kafka is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you missed any of the Reaver of Common Sense or Reaver After Dark show,
I don't want to be anymore.
just go to Reaver.one. While you're there, click the like button so you can keep up with everything Reaver. Now, back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I need to get an assistant that deals with all this. Just let me do the yammering and someone else deal with the board and all the buttons. I just realized during the break, I went out and I was talking to my wife for a second and I said something. She's like, no, today's Wednesday. I'm like, no, today's Tuesday. Oh, shit. Yesterday was Super Tuesday. Ah, crap. I don't have tonight's show prepared. I'll have it ready, but it's just like, uh-oh, I forgot. Damn it. So that also reminds me, tonight is Wednesday night. That means you have Reaver After Dark with the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash. So, the soldiers of Allah to combat Norwegian soldiers of Odin. These two groups are going to be clashing, they think. The mysterious alt-right Soldiers of Odin vigilante group has warned Norway could get dangerous as local Islamists reveal they have formed a vigilante gang called the Soldiers of Allah to patrol Nordic street adorned with black flag of ISIS. It's funny, they're calling themselves a vigilante group. A vigilante group technically is a group that goes out for justice. ISIS is not justice. In response to the infidel group, Soldiers of Allah patrols, we Muslims have chosen to create our own group that will patrol the streets, first in Oslo, to prevent evil and encourage the good. A source within the Islamist scene told local paper. Oh, God. That makes my head hurt. So, Soldiers of Odin have come together because of everything that's going on with the Muslims and the crime rate that has gone up with the Muslims. I am not justifying any other actions. I'm not going into that, but I find it funny. Now, ISIS has created a group in Norway, the Soldiers of Allah, that will patrol the streets to combat the Soldiers of Odin that are combating the Muslims and the illegal activities that are going on. Woo! This sounds like a circus time. I swear, these people don't think. They don't think it through. The source claimed that the Soldiers of Allah would wear a black hooded jumper adorned with infamous black flag of ISIS terror group as their official uniform. Norwegian police have not commented on the development, but an MP with Norwegian Labour Party said that there is no place for vigilantism in the country. I assume that the police, who are the only ones who have the authority to patrol the streets and use force, are following these groups as closely as the circumstances require. Named after Norse god, the Soldiers of Odin were formed in Finland last year, spreading to Norway this year. We want the streets to be safe. We want to get rid of delinquency. We see it in Norway today, which the police are unable to address, a spokesman for the group told AFP on Monday. The spokesman also said that things could begin to get dangerous. Oh, Jesus Christ, that is a joke. So the former California state senator, Leland Yee, who was trafficking guns. All right, the senator was out there, and he was getting awards for gun control that he was pushing. He was pushing gun control and pushing Obama's gun control heavy, and how great gun control is. We need to get the guns off the street. The man was running illegal guns and trying to set up actions through mob groups and mafias to put illegal guns on the street. Well, he just got sentenced. 5 years. 5 years in prison. I guess that senators have special privileges the rest of us don't. He was nailed with federal charges, gun running and money laundering. And I just, with that one, I find it funny. He was one of the number one spokesmen for gun control. And he was running guns in his spare time. And not like the good running guns, like, oh, I'm a dealer, I got an FFL, I have my paperwork. No, this is, psst, psst, hey, you want to buy a gun? And he gets away. So I was checking some stuff because I got that pop up from a friend of mine sent it to me, and then that one just so I had another notification on Facebook, and I clicked and I noticed it was my wife, and I had put up a picture, and it says, if a woman ever pulls a knife on you, just pull out 2 slices of bread. Her womanly instincts will kick in and she will make you a sandwich. And my wife's response was, not in this house, which means she saw the picture. I'm going to be staying hiding in this room for a little bit longer. She may be short, but she'll still kick the hell out of my shins. Thank God she's not listening right now, because that would get me be even worse. I don't know. And now you got GOP establishment. More of them are running their mouths and saying that, if Trump is the nominee, they're going to give the election to Hillary. They're going to go on to if we don't get our way, nobody can have it. It shows the childish antics of the GOP. All right. Well, that's going to be my show for today. I know I'm a little... The heck is going on? All right. But that's going to be my show. I'll be back on tonight, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on shrmedia.com. And I hope to have you around. Until tonight, everybody have a great day.
I've been around this world, yet I see no end. All shall fade to black again and again. This storm that's broken me, my only friend, yeah. In this river